Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the third time I'm trying to record this video. The first time, my son ran in, interrupted, and jumped on me, and then the second time my phone died, so hopefully this one sticks. In this video, I'm really going to talk about, a couple of people and some names that I'm going to give you, and I really want you to look them up and do a little bit of research into what they say and see if it kind of intrigues you and makes you think, makes you look into things a little bit more. I do think that overcoming anxiety and really overcoming obstacles in general in life does require some challenges, does require you to grow and become a better person. And I think with anxiety, you really have to do that anyway in order to become a better, a better or stronger person than you were before, and also maybe fix some things that were, I guess you say flaws in your personality and or characteristic and traits. So, with that being said, before I jump into it, before I give you the names, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos, help me grow, help me share these videos to get them out to more people. I have been noticing that there has been more people who have been, watching the videos, commenting, liking them. So thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. I have answered every question that's been asked to me on these videos, and I will continue to do so. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask away. So that aside, let's jump right into this. Now, in the thick of my health anxiety and my cardiophobia, or the 37 years leading up to my health anxiety and cardiophobia, I was basically eating the standard American diet, not really caring what I put into my body. And if you're from America, you know that there's a fast food chain in place on every corner. Even if it's not really fast food, it could be a chain restaurant. A lot of what they're cooking and the way that they are cooking it and preparing it is probably not the best for you, i.e. cooking a lot of stuff in seed oils, which, allegedly is not good for you and is harmful to your body. And the people I'm going to mention, I wanted to ask you to do a little bit of research and just hear what they have to say about these kind of things. Because I'm not going to lay certain things out there because I'm not a dietitian, and I'm not telling you what you can and can't eat. I'm just going to tell you what helped me and what worked for me and what I've been kind of doing ever since. So up to 38, basically, so 37 years, I was having the standard American diet. When I was young, my metabolism was fast. I was very physically active. I couldn't gain any weight. I would burn everything off because I was always active, and I never gained weight. That changed as I started to get a little bit older, and I started to balloon, basically eating the same stuff that I was always eating. So I was 250 pounds in 2021 when I had contracted COVID. That was the heaviest I ever was. So when I had gotten COVID, obviously I lost some weight because you can't eat. When you have COVID, you have no appetite, you have no taste, you have no smell. Everything kind of tastes disgusting. But after that, this is when my cardiophobia and my health anxiety kicked up into full gear. When I was having chest pain 24/7, I was having, hundreds of skipped heartbeats a day. I was living in fear all day, every day. I remember breaking down, crying in the hospital because I had to go to the ER because I woke up in a nocturnal panic attack. And I don't know if it was bigeminy, trigeminy, probably maybe trigeminy, like every couple of heartbeats, it was a missed beat. It was horrendous. That was the worst. Oh God, the worst morning of my life. So after that had happened, and I went to the cardiologist, they had told me a couple things, to, lessen heart rate, bring down your heart rate, things like cut out caffeine, cut out sugar, exercise, all these kind of things, and clean up the diet, basically. But what you hear is greens, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes, beans, no meat, cut out red meat, cut out saturated fat. I was always a protein eater for the most part. If I had protein, I probably had chicken, so lean meat and protein. But, a lot of places that you still hear, cut out saturated fat, cut out steak. You don't want to eat too much steak, eggs, all that kind of stuff. You raise your cholesterol. Cholesterol is bad. So I listened to that and I adhered to that. And what I had found was that I had gotten worse. I was eating more salads. I was putting more vegetables in my salads, chickpeas in my salads, cutting out some meats, eating more, rice and all this kind of stuff. Clean foods, rice with chicken sometimes. And I had found out that my body was kind of just getting worse. I mean, I did start to lose some weight with that, because anything's better than the standard American diet. So I was starting to lose some weight, but I noticed that I was just feeling kind of worse in the fatigue area, and then the fact that I was feeling more so run down and hollow inside, basically, is how I could define it. That's kind of when I started to feel like actually be able to become super sensitized to my body and feel my heart beating like in my body, and that freaked me out. I remember that. Still does a little bit when I could feel it, but I'm still obviously I'm still getting over sensitivity issues. I'm still desensitizing, this time later. So it's not like a quick and easy kind of process. So with that being said, I had switched again. That's when I started to look into some more dietary things, and I had switched up again. And I went more toward keto, ketovore, carnivore type of diet. And that's kind of when I noticed that things started to get a little bit better. For me, anyway, again, this is just me talking about my own experience, my own journey. I'm not telling anybody else to do what I did or to do what I do. It's just I'm going to give you some names to people to look into, hear what they have to say, and then you make the best decision that you can with the information that you have. But that's, again, is when things kind of started to switch around for me. So I'm going to give you a couple of names now of people to check out, maybe like 4 or 5. The first one that I'll give to you, not in any particular order, but I'll say Dr. Shawn Baker is one. You can find him on Instagram. I think he does have a YouTube as well. He definitely does. He has a YouTube as well. So you can follow him on there. He's carnivore. He's been carnivore for years. He's in his 50s. He's massive. He's jacked. He's shredded. He is metabolically healthy. Eats nothing but meat and eggs, from what I can see. Calcium score is 0, so his heart health is perfect. I mean, from what you know. Second one that I will still give you is Bart K is another one who has a extensive background in like academia and academics and teaching, nutritional science, what was it, cardiovascular pathology, I think is another one. So he has a really good idea about the heart and what causes certain issues with the heart as people get older. Another one that I will tell you to look into is Paul Saladino. Now this is Carnivore MD. I think on Instagram he's Carnivore MD 2.0 now. So he's a big believer in meats and fruits. He thinks that is the way to go. And then there is another who I personally I'm starting to work with now, and that is Rubio Fuerte, who's Fuerte. Another very educated, young guy, based out of Vienna. So, he also talks up these things about, essentially all of them talk about how a lot of the stuff that, they were taught. I mean, these are all pretty much like doctorate level people. And they talk about how essentially the food industry is basically run by sugar companies. So essentially they're bought and paid for. So a lot of the stuff that you hear about is not necessarily the way that it is. I don't want to say much more than that because I want you all to do a little bit of research into it and to come up with your own ideas. But all of these people are, and there's many, many, many more, but I don't want to sit here and go on for 20 minutes. I think 10, 11 minutes is probably what I want to do. But these people have a wealth of knowledge and information readily available to everybody on their Instagram and on their YouTube pages. Just check, all I ask is that you check them out. It could be a life-changing thing for a lot of people. You might find out that some of the aches and pains that you have can be easily corrected. Chronic inflammation in the body might be able to be easily corrected. Diabetes, things like that. Oh, also the last one I'll name is Dr. Ken Berry, Berry. You can find him on YouTube. Ken Berry. He's got over 2 million subscribers to his YouTube. Very big in the ketovore, carnivore, ketogenic community. He talks about all of this. He's got, I guess, hundreds of videos on diet and the stuff that you're putting into your body. All of these people also have been on podcasts. They all talk about how what you put in your body affects your mental health and affects anxiety levels. A lot of their clients are anxiety and depressed people. So, again, I'm not telling anybody what to do, what to eat. I'm just telling everybody to have an open mind, approach this with an open mind. This is something that worked for me, so I'm damn sure going to put it out to everybody else, and everybody else can make their own choices with what they want to do. But I would never hold anything inside that I feel like could be beneficial to others because it might be a little bit controversial, which the topic is a little bit controversial. But if you are somebody that does follow my, small and growing channel, like I was saying before, I was 250 pounds right before I had contracted COVID and started my own dietary journey also, and now I'm 190. I'm 190 and starting to lose more weight. I'm not 250 pounds anymore. I dropped 60 pounds and still kind of going. And my own health, metabolically has improved from what certain blood tests showed before. Kidney function has improved. I'm assuming the liver function has improved too. And on top of that, other, lab works have come back, and those numbers have also been improved. I'm actually going for another set of labs to send to, Rubio, who I'm working with now, so that he can look them over and kind of tweak some things and figure out some things on where I want to go from there. So that's personal experience for me. This is personal research that I've done and I've looked into. I just ask everybody who comes across this video, do a little bit of research, challenge yourself, look into these kind of things. At the end of the day, you might find that you can make little tweaks here and there. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but you might be able to cut out something here, something there, add something different into your diet, into your life, into your routine that might make a big difference in terms of what you're feeling, how you're feeling, energy levels, anxiety, depression, mood, testosterone, all these kind of things. It does play a part. So if you have any questions, if you can't find any of the people that I mentioned, please feel free, again, comment down below. And if you've been through something if you had a dietary change, if you've gone from a certain thing, just say you used to be a vegan and you found out that diet didn't really do much for you in the long term, and then you swapped over to something else and it seemed to work for you, please comment down below. Let me know, let everybody else know where you are in your own little journey. And again, if you have any questions whatsoever, I will get back to you. Just feel free, ask away. And lastly, again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much, and I'll catch you later.